I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person.
This is how Angel Reese attempted to assert her influence over the WNBA and claim credit for its rising popularity. According to her, she's the reason behind the league's recent viewership milestones. But the truth tells a different story. We're here to present the facts to Angel Reese, because this isn't the first time she's shown signs of envy toward Caitlin Clark, trying to take credit for Caitlin's success as if it were her own.
And Clark.
Here's some background on the jealousy Angel Reese has shown toward Caitlin Clark. During a recent on-court incident involving her teammate Chendi Carter and rival Caitlin Clark, Reese inserted herself into the spotlight, sparking controversy with her unexpected reaction. As Carter and Clark clashed, Reese's applause and celebration stood out, marking a sharp contrast to the sportsmanship, or sportswomanship, one might expect. It hinted at deeper tensions that seemed to be resurfacing. It looked like there was a clear intention to target Clark both on and off the court. What made Reese's reaction even more surprising was the fact that she and Clark had seemingly put their college-era feud behind them. Despite that, Reese's enthusiastic response to the conflict reignited doubts about whether their past issues were truly resolved. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe my channel for more awesome content. Thanks. Looking deeper into Reese's motivations, her later comments offered some insight, driven by what many see as jealousy. Instead of addressing the situation with humility, she doubled down, claiming credit for the explosive growth of women's basketball. With bold confidence, Reese highlighted her role in drawing attention and helping elevate the sport. But to many, it seemed less like pride and more like hostility, an attempt to discredit Clark while lifting herself up. Some critics now view her as narcissistic, spreading negativity instead of uniting the game.
A lot of people wouldn't be able to get up and do that. I have a strong mindset. I've been through so much in my career. That is like the very minimum to me. Like, that is literally nothing to me.
While Caitlin Clark's growing fanbase continues to be a major story, there's an interesting twist worth noting. On the other hand, Pat McAfee took time during his Monday show to discuss Clark's recent game against the Chicago Sky, particularly focusing on the moment when veteran Chendi Carter delivered a hard hip check to the rookie star.
I utilized the words white bitch to describe Caitlin Clark as being the superstar in Indiana. Now, when I was saying it, I legitimately meant it in a complimentary fashion, like this is...
Pat McAfee stirred controversy during a recent episode of The Pat McAfee Show when he used questionable language while discussing Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark. Referring to her as that one white on Indiana's team, McAfee was addressing Clark's rising stardom following an incident where veteran Chendi Carter hip-checked her during a game against the Chicago Sky. McAfee started the segment by talking about on-court rivalries and how this year's rookie class, including Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, and Camila Cardoso, has brought unprecedented attention to the WNBA. While he acknowledged Clark's significant impact, he also criticized the media for constantly hyping the rookie class as a whole. "Let's just call it what it is," he said. "There's one white player in Indiana who's a superstar." He credited her college success at Iowa, where she carried an entire program in state, as part of why she stands out. However, the backlash was swift. By Tuesday, McAfee opened his show with an apology, acknowledging that calling Clark that one white was a major mistake. He explained that he meant it as a compliment, highlighting her influence and popularity, but admitted that the phrasing was inappropriate and offensive. "That's 100% on me," McAfee said. "I've got too much respect for her and for women to put something like that out there." He also posted a similar apology on social media, saying he reached out through Indiana Fever's PR team to issue a direct apology to Clark. Clark accepted the apology gracefully, and McAfee shared that she responded by saying no blood and that she appreciated him reaching out. He added that he learned a lot from the incident and understands why people were offended. Meanwhile, despite facing criticism and aggressive treatment on the court from fellow players and commentary from media personalities, Clark has continued to carry herself with professionalism. Her rapid rise in the WNBA has drawn admiration from legends of the sport. Charles Barkley recently called on WNBA players to appreciate Clark, crediting her with elevating the league's visibility, securing charter flights, and bringing in more money. "Give her flowers," Barkley said. "Stop being petty." NBA superstar LeBron James also spoke in Clark's defense, expressing support during his appearance on the Mind the Game podcast. He emphasized how much Clark has already done for the league and said he hopes she thrives, noting that he's been in her shoes and understands the pressure. Yet not everyone has responded with grace. Angel Reese, part owner of DC Power Football Club and fellow WNBA rookie, seemed to throw shade at Clark in a now-deleted post on X. After her team's win over the New York Liberty, she wrote, "And that's on getting a win in a packed arena, not just because of one player on our charter flight." The ongoing debate around Caitlin Clark's treatment, especially following the cheap shot by Chendi Carter, has prompted voices like Rachel Demeter, a former college player and sports personality, to speak out. She, like many others, called attention to the unfair scrutiny Clark faces as she navigates her first professional season under intense pressure and a media spotlight.
It happened prior to the inbound, so then anybody can shoot the free throw. Of course, Indiana would have Clark as a great free throw shooter shoot it.
Angel Reese's gesture only added fuel to the growing perception that some veteran WNBA players are envious of Caitlin Clark's rising fame and influence. While several figures have tried to dismiss these claims, sports personality Rachel Demeter isn't buying it. She's convinced the animosity toward Clark is real and not just a media creation. "I tried to reserve judgment, but the WNBA is starting to look downright embarrassing, not just for the league, but for women as a whole," Demeter said. "You're not going to gaslight me into believing this narrative came only from the media. It's obvious now that many players genuinely don't like Caitlin Clark." Demeter's sentiments echoed what Dan Patrick also expressed, delivering a blunt take on the situation. According to Patrick, Angel Reese's fame has largely stemmed from her rivalry and visible disdain toward Caitlin Clark. He also criticized Reese's recent claim that she deserves credit for the WNBA's surge in popularity, challenging her narrative and emphasizing that it's Clark who has been the driving force behind the league's newfound attention.
WNBA has been around a couple of decades, and people didn't notice the game. They're noticing it now. Well, that's because of Caitlin Clark, not Angel Reese.
Dan Patrick didn't hold back when sharing his thoughts on Angel Reese. He pointed out that Reese is only a household name, if even that, because of her taunting Caitlin Clark during the 2023 NCAA tournament. Her notoriety is tied directly to Clark, Patrick said on his radio show. After winning the national title, the first thing she did was mock Caitlin Clark. She didn't even celebrate with her teammates. She made it personal. Patrick argued that Reese has continued to build her brand around that rivalry, noting her reaction during Saturday's game when Clark was knocked to the floor. Reese stood and applauded, again drawing attention to herself. "She's taken on a sort of Draymond Green role," he added. "And if she sticks around long enough, some people might find that entertaining." He concluded with a candid take. "There's nothing wrong with admitting you watch a sport because of one singular person." What do you think about the hate Caitlin Clark is facing? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you support Caitlin's journey to greatness, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next one.